What's up, Taiwan? I'm Tiffany Wong with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan is celebrating its soldiers on Armed Forces Day. President Qiang went to honor the country's defenders in his latest effort to unite Taiwanese since taking office. September 3rd is Armed Forces Day in Taiwan, and President Qiang and Vice President Kim have come to the Martyr Shrine in Taipei to honor those who have served the country. The day also marks Victory over Japan Day and the end of World War II in 1945. It's a day full of contradictions in Taiwan. The island was a colony of Japan during the war, and many Taiwanese fought in the Japanese army. But the Republic of China government was one of the major powers in the Allied victory in the Pacific, and it's that government that Lai leads today. Now, this is Lai's first time presiding over the memorial as president, and for him, it's a chance to show that he's a leader for the whole country. His Democratic Progressive Party is often seen as downplaying Taiwan's links to China, but an event like this is a reminder of the importance of that history even today. It's also in keeping with a theme in Lai's recent speeches, honoring those who have sacrificed themselves to keep Taiwan free, promoting peace through strength, and trying to unite the country at this moment. Andy She and Tiffany Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus. Former Taipei Mayor Wen-je faces a second arrest as prosecutors appeal his release without bail. Ko says he wasn't involved in decision-making during his time as mayor for the land development project at the center of allegations against him, but some outside his political camp are skeptical. John Van Trieste reports.
Just a day after former Taipei Mayor Wen-je was released without bail, prosecutors are trying to have him arrested again. They believe Ko was involved in a deal that helped the owners of a shopping mall make big profits by drastically expanding their floor area. Ko says he knew nothing about the details of the deal. Ko and members of the party he went on to found, the Taiwan People's Party, have also attacked the investigation. They say inspectors are looking for any dirt they can find, even if it's not related to the shopping mall scandal. And they believe their main political rival, the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, is to blame.
你们大概现在动用全部国家力量，在很认真的研究柯文哲。我也不希望啊，有一天台湾有罪的定义重新改变。什么叫有罪呢？民进党说你有罪，你就有罪。
But there are those who doubt Ko's innocence. Some of his Democratic Progressive Party rivals are chief among them.
柯文哲现在装作无知。 但是事实上，我们看到相关的公文、相关的证据都显示，柯文哲明明是了解这个案子的争议性以及它的司法性。
But doubt is also coming from the main opposition party, the Kuomintang, which has generally allied with Ko's Taiwan People's Party in the legislature.
都是你盖章出去，怎么会忘记了？所以我觉得要有诚信啊，现在不可以耍皮耍赖到底啊。
Other political factions may have something to gain by sowing doubt about a rival. But a former member of Taipei's Urban Planning Commission has also shared their suspicions. In a Facebook post, Professor of Architecture Zheng Guangzong says that he opposed the expansion of floor space on legal grounds, and that others raised problems with the plan too. He says politicians cannot evade responsibility by saying they didn't know what happened on their watch. After a day of relative quiet, the scandal looks like it might start up again. Even if he remains a free man, Wen-je's not yet managed to shake the scrutiny and suspicion off. Devin Tsai and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Civic groups in Taiwan are accusing the country's new system of citizen judges of being a waste of public funds after it failed to meet the expected number of cases. The system went into effect last year and was expected to hear 300 cases per year, but it only took on slightly over 100 cases. Each case costs over $700,000, which civic groups say is a waste of public funds. The judicial yuan denies those claims, saying the funds also go toward equipment, legal training, and publicity. Premier Zhuo Rongcai says Taiwan's economy is facing geopolitical headwinds. Premier Zhuo was speaking at a meeting of the government's new economy committee. It has gathered leading industry experts from semiconductor and other tech industries to strategize for economic growth.
台湾面临一个世界变化局势这么快的时代。 我们又有高科技在世界上这么重要的领先地位，但是我们的经济还必须更一步具体积极的创新，我们才能够 更国际、更开放、更自由，甚至更民主。
While Taiwanese screw manufacturers abroad are thriving, here in Taiwan, many are struggling to survive. Cheap foreign competition and factors like war have caused demand to crater. John Van Trieste has this story.
When this factory stops production at the end of the year, it will join a dozen neighbors in the southern city of Kaohsiung that have already gone under. Taiwan's days as a hardware empire, a kingdom of screws as some people once called it, are long over. This factory was already on life support, with just one machine running for a single day each month as losses mount. From 2022 to 2023, screw exports dropped over 20%, and that trend looks set to continue. Cheap, large-scale competition from China and Vietnam had already put huge pressure on these factories, and a slowdown in car production due to wars overseas was an additional blow.
乌俄战争开始造成那个汽车楼事业慢慢的萎缩，因为那时候也刚好碰到那个缺晶片。
Global economic trends have added to the pain.
欧洲可以说是消失了，前1-2年的确他们通膨很严重。
None of these factors alone has been a death blow. Despite low demand, Taiwan still produced over 1 million tons of screws last year. But the end may be looming. Automakers are key customers, and they're changing the way they make cars.
就像现在的汽车一样电动车没有什么公司可以选都是用扣件这样。
There is a sliver of hope. So-called non-standard screws made to order are a rare bright spot, but factories are still shutting down. To stay afloat, economists suggest investing in digital and green technologies, but that takes money screw makers don't have. Their fight to save made in Taiwan is going to be a tough one. Kama Xu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's tallest trees are disappearing, and the country's scientists want to know why. Rick Lauer reports from the forests of Taiwan's central mountain range on the team hoping to save Taiwan's giant trees.
It might look precarious, but this is where Rebecca Xu feels most at home. At the top of a 67-metre high fir in Taiwan's central mountain range, she's collecting measurements from a weather station. She affectionately calls this tree Great White and hopes this data will help answer a question that has long been troubling her. Why are giant trees like this one disappearing in Taiwan?
可能100年后就已经没有巨木了，对，就是有点过于快速，对，所以我们想要知道为什么嘛？
就估计它的长度跟那个直径。
Xu has dedicated her career to finding and cataloguing the country's tallest trees, using radar imagery, drones, and manually measuring the trees herself. Taiwan is one of just a handful of places around the world with the right environment for trees to grow this tall. The mountainsides here were once covered in hundreds and thousands of firs and cypresses growing to heights of more than 65 metres. But after decades of logging, less than 1,000 remain. These rare primeval giants no longer face the threat of being cut down for timber. It's been illegal here for more than 30 years. But in the last decade, 4% of the 941 trees Xu and her team catalogued have died. And she suspects it has to do with climate change.
有可能是因为近年来那个极端气候造成那个暴雨，对啊，然后因为很多都是崩塌地。
Their loss will signal a decline in the health of Taiwan's forests, which cover more than half of the country and are vital to local ecosystems.
Forests are less healthier, and they are not biodiverse enough. Then overall, they increase the odds for forest fire.
As the world struggles to reduce carbon emissions and rising global temperatures, trees like this are vital, absorbing damaging carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
我觉得是我们给他照顾，我觉得是他们在照顾我们，对，我们没有办法照顾他们，因为他们这几千年来都是他们自己生存的啊。
In the last few months, deadly earthquakes and typhoons have racked Taiwan, but Great White is still standing tall, and Xiu is relieved to find signs of new growth in its highest branches. Xiu says trees like this are incredibly resilient, and that given time, they can adapt to a changing environment. But, she warns, the globe is warming too quickly, and she now suspects that she will outlive this ancient giant. Leon Lien, Peachy Chuang and Rick Lowett in Hsinchu County for TaiwanPlus.
Ghost Month has officially ended here in Taiwan. Our reporter Sandy Chi went to see an ancient ritual marking the closure of the gates to the underworld.
And with that, a fierce competition begins. The grand finale of Ghost Month in Taiwan. This is the Qiang Festival, an ancient tradition held annually in Toucheng on the northeast coast of the country. Around 5,000 spectators gathered to witness this iconic event, a powerful celebration of cultural heritage, sports and communal spirit.
今年是199年哦，明年就200年。但是我们普渡是选最后一天，然后我们就把过去的那一种习俗、文化、民俗，然后就有抢姑这样的活动。
The event is meant to honor the spirits that have been wandering the earth for the past month and send them back to the underworld with offerings. About a dozen teams take part each year. Many of them have competed several times before and spent months preparing.
其实这个活动蛮迷人的，就是你参加过一次，你就会想要参加第二次，对，因为就是它有它的挑战性、它的困难性，但你完成了以后，就不管名次，你会有一个成就感。
超准备2个月，就是下班的时候就基地训练，然后就爬电线杆，对，然后到了近期的时候就抹牛油。
Each team is focused on one thing.
The goal is to head to the top of that structure, climbing up greasy poles to the platform and then to cone-shaped tips made from bamboo. All in all, the structure is at least 10 stories tall.
Each team consists of 5 male members, all of whom must be over 18 years old. The strongest people go at the base to provide a solid foundation, while the lighter and more agile members climb to the top to chop down the flag. In the past, claiming the flag was thought to bring luck to the winner's community, especially its fishers. But now it's more a matter of community pride. This year's winner claimed the flag in 22 minutes 26 seconds. The team overcoming slips and falls to make it to the top.
其实很开心，非常开心，因为去年我也是12号住，但去年很可惜失误掉下来了。今年还是一样12号住，又跑回来，那种感觉真的很棒，不要放弃，就算是最后上去，也是有可能夺得第一。
As the Qiang Festival draws to a close, participants and spectators revel in the celebrations. It stands as a timeless reminder of the resilience and shared tradition that bind the community together. Luffy Lee and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Thousands of people are flocking to one of Taiwan's outlying islands for a special festival. The King's Welcome and Peace Festival is held in Xiaoliuqiu every 3 years. Nearly 100 temples will take part in the week-long festivities. They're marking the arrival of deities back to the island to patrol the spirit realm. More than 10,000 people are expected to travel to the island for the festival. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we leave you with highlights from the Freestyle Kite World Cup in France. I'm Tiffany Wong. Take care and see you next time.